What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 19th day of August. Sorry, I'm just looking at what all these coins are doing. 19th day of August, and you're up about 6%. That's nice. That's nice to see. There are a lot of coins that are pumping today, and that's because Bitcoin looks like this right now. So Zebec getting a little bit of a boost off of that. We did expect and have been calling for, this past week, a little bit of a bounce here. This is a little bit of a bounce, but I'm thinking something a little bit more than this. I think something that takes us back up to 002, maybe even above there, 0024, 0022, something in that range could be where we go, but at least around 002, something around these points of support, these points of resistance, this point of support back here, these points of support, anything and everything in between. We line that up. Let's actually put these lines on there. Lines here, right? Prior support zone, prior kind of resistance and support zone there, support resistance there, and then we will find support resistance there as well, support back there. Okay, these lines here, and let's see if any of those lines line up with a fib level from a high to a low, relatively speaking. 382 right there is the kind of central line. I like it. 0022, I like it. That makes sense. Typically, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. And look at this too. It's very close to the 236. Typically, whenever you see any kind of retracement before you move back down, it is around that 382 that you expect to find resistance. It could be all the way up at the golden ratio as well. I'm not expecting this personally. I don't think there's enough oomph. I don't think there's enough excitement to pump the price back up to 003. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm just a hater. I was called a hater plenty of times for this, but I'm just being real. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think that we're going to go up to the 382, 0022, and it's very common with that to wick just above it. The 382 is the level to go to, and that's at 0022, but it's very common to wick just above that. So we could go to 00226, 0023. We go above 0023. That doesn't mean that we're more bullish than C-Zar was saying. We went above 0022. That means it's going to new all-time highs. No, that's not what it means. It's very normal behavior, actually, to wick a little bit above the 382. So watch for that. Prior areas of significance for closing resistance, closing support, support-ish in this area, support in this area as well. And then resistance, and support back there. It makes sense. It makes sense that that's where we're going to go. So I think that's where we're going to go. Just because it makes sense doesn't mean it has to. Doesn't mean it has to happen. We're still in this lower high, lower low trend. But to me, it makes a lot of sense because nothing moves in a straight line. Nothing moves down forever. And right now, again, the thought here was that back here, this is kind of a point of interest to find support. And I think you did see support here. I think you did see some people coming in to buy, but that was still very low volume. What you really saw here was a hesitation in selling. There wasn't enough buying pressure to come in. That's why there was no bounce. But there was a hesitation in selling because who's going to want to sell here at prior resistance, at prior support? Who wants to sell here? The same thought comes up down here at this level, right? Who wants to sell at this daily closing low, this wicking low price? Who wants to sell here, right? But there's still a lot of volume. There's still more volume here than there was back here. Look at the volume difference. There's more volume here. The reason why is there's probably buying pressure. There might not be, for the lack of buying pressure that was here, there was a lack in selling pressure too. I would argue there's probably more buying pressure here because it's a much more obvious area to find support. And there's also probably a lack in selling pressure as well. We're all waiting for that bounce to happen. It's going to be tradable. And if I'm correct, it should take us around 0022. If there's more selling pressure than there is buying pressure, you could front run that, and that's why 002 is an acceptable area to find resistance as well. But time will tell. Time will tell. I think that we're going to move up from here. That's really the overarching expectation there. We look at this on a 1 hour time frame. Moved up a good bit. Nice little volume. He looks strong, but so does everything. Kind of at a point to find resistance with the MACD. Don't be surprised. You rejected here already once. You're at this point where you found resistance before. Don't be surprised if you do come down. But I would expect a higher low, however far down you go, and you probably recover and set yourself up to move higher. This move probably happens within the next week or two. And if not, just be aware, if Bitcoin is breaking down or moving down or anything like that, Zebec will probably go with it. These higher price calls might go right out the window. But if things hold up well for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets, I would assume that, yeah, you can make this move happen. So I got nothing else, just rambling at this point. So hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Bitcoin, man. making some bullish moves. We haven't seen movements like this in a while. It's nice to see. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.